Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on everydays. Man City suffered double injury scare before Liverpool as Pep Guardiola faces nervous wait. The terrible pitch in North Macedonia left England stars with nasty cuts. Playing on the terrible ground in North Macedonia on Monday night, Jack Grealish and Phil Foden of Manchester City both suffered serious cuts. Because to the state of the pitch, there were worries about the safety of the England players before the match. The Tos Proeski Arena's surface was recently redone in response to harsh criticism, but on Monday night it attracted more of the same. Members of Gareth Southgate's team reported the surface was littered with stones and sand after the 1-1 draw. Furthermore, Grealish disclosed that he and Foden had cuts and grazes due to the unfavorable surface. The midfielder for Manchester City remarked, "I have cuts all over. It was a terrible pitch. To be honest, I find it hard to believe that kind of pitch is appropriate. There appeared to be little stones all over the place. Although Phil has cut his hand from the stones on the field, this is a common occurrence in some areas." On Saturday afternoon, Grealish's City team will play again at the Etihad Stadium when they host Liverpool. The two sides of the table are separated by just 1 point. Pep Guardiola must deal with an increasing list of injuries, though. Mateo Kovacic, Nathan Ake, Matheus Nunes, and Ederson were forced to leave their respective national teams before the ball had even kicked. While Rodri and Erling Haaland both missed games for their respective countries, they are anticipated to be healthy for this weekend's match. John Stones, Sergio Gomez, and Kevin De Bruyne are still long-term absentees. Liverpool have obvious problem again, but Man City position offers hope. The Premier League season is off to a great start for Liverpool, which serves as a reminder of what has transpired in the past when Jurgen Klopp was in charge. It's Liverpool FC Reloaded, for some people. To others, Liverpool 2.0 is what it is. But, under Jurgen Klopp, the Red season has been something of a leap into the unknown, whatever the name. There hasn't been a personnel and playing style overhaul this extensive since the German manager's first summer in charge back in 2016, when he had the better part of a season to decide which direction his squad should go. Liverpool, who have taken 27 points from their first 12 games, is only 1 point behind Premier League leaders Manchester City heading into their midday match on Saturday. So far, it has been justified. The impression is that this is a developing side that is probably lacking one or more essential components. A controlling centre-back, a top-notch goalkeeper, and a wide forward were the key prerequisites 7 years ago. During the next 18 months, Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, and Mohamed Salah filled those voids. The current team's evident flaws may not be as pervasive. Defensive midfield is the team's top priority, but they start from a far stronger position because the majority of the roster has already succeeded at Liverpool. However, the contrast between the individual starts is just as fascinating. Furthermore, this season stacks up well against the majority of Klopp's previous debuts. In fact, Liverpool is a huge 11 points ahead of schedule compared to this time last season, when they were already 8 points outside the top 4 and 15 points behind leaders Arsenal, a deficit they were unable to close despite an outstanding second half of the season. It's also better than the 2021-2022 campaign, when Liverpool finished second by 1 point behind City after a 25-point haul left them 4 points off the top. The Reds are also closer to the top spot this season than they were in 2018-19, when they were 2 points behind Pep Guardiola's team. However, they had collected more points, 30 out of the 36 available. Liverpool finished the previous season 12 points behind City after winning 22 of their first 12 games, meaning they were never in the running for the championship. However, that proved to be a solid enough base to eventually guarantee Champions League status. The Reds have only been in a better position than this term twice. Of course, the first was in 2019-20, when they finished 8 points ahead of the competition after dropping just 2 points, setting a club record in the process. The other, however, occurred the next season, when they trailed leaders Tottenham Hotspur only by goal differential after collecting 25 points from 12 games. But as a reminder of how rapidly things can change, Liverpool had to scramble for a top 4 position after dropping 18 points from their following 16 games. However, Klopp will be hoping that surrendering is still an injury-plagued anomaly to a general trend that suggests Liverpool is already well on their approach to securing a Champions League berth, if not a prolonged title assault. Premier League referees urged to crack down on new rule after Liverpool star was penalised. On the first day of the season, Alexis Mac Allister was booked for fictitiously waving a yellow card, although Destiny Udeji received no warning for a same event in September. Referees have been asked by PGMOL chairman Howard Webb to crack down on dissent, with a fresh crackdown on players who waved phantom yellow cards. It follows several Premier League instances, such as the time referee Simon Hooper forgot to show Destiny Udeji the red card. During a September match against Liverpool, the Tottenham defender motioned for a card even though he was already on the yellow, but he was not shown one. Some elite players have received warnings, though, for this season's yellow card wave. Alexis Mac Allister of Liverpool was fouled during the opening weekend match against Chelsea, but it was he who ended up in the referee's notebook after waving his arms in an attempt to have his opponent booked. Webb reportedly warned authorities at a Loughborough referees' conference that the rule needs to be applied uniformly both this season and in the years to come, according to The Times. The 52-year-old did, however, commend the progress made in putting an end to abuse directed against officials. Webb pointed out that there have been no instances of mass confrontation this season, as opposed to 8 at this point last term. Additionally, it is said that Webb pushed VAR to assume greater accountability and intervene when soft penalties are obviously incorrect. This comes after Webb instructed VAR to question the on-field referees after Newcastle was given a penalty for a foul on Fabian Schär by Hwang Hee-chan. "We said from the outset that VAR shouldn't referee the game, it should reserve itself for clear situations when a clear error has occurred on the field and the VAR steps in to have that rectified," Webb stated last week. The VAR is assessing the many factors and searching for unambiguous proof of that mistake. Has the defender, for instance, played the ball? Do the players communicate with one another? After Hwang seemed to catch Schär inside the area, Anthony Taylor gestured to the location. Replays, however, appeared to show that Hwang touched the ball first, and Wolves said it wasn't a penalty. Jared Gillett, the VAR official, did not reverse the decision. Callum Wilson scored instead. In this situation we see that Hwang doesn't actually play the ball is played onto him by Schär and then there's contact between the two of them, but what the referee is seeing in real time is Hwang bring that leg through, making contact with Schär, Webb said. After watching the replay, we can see that Schär simply puts his foot through and makes contact whereas Hwang actually pulls his swing back a little bit to prevent it from going through. Despite the fact that there is contact and Hwang does not play the ball, we believe that this scenario meets the requirements for being a blatant and evident error. Going forward, we're asking the VARs to follow our instructions, look at it, and determine where the considerations stand. If they disagree with the call made on the field, they should ask the referee what they saw, and if it differs noticeably from what's on the video, they should suggest a review so that the referee can go to the screen and review it again. The VAR believes there is an obvious error from the outset. We believe that the VAR should have intervened in this case but didn't quite get there. Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on everydays.